Hello everyone, this is Charlie with Hot Tips, and this is day 5 with Android. And as you can probably tell by the intro and how I feel already, this was not particularly a good day for Android. Um, I think it mostly has to do with the Motorola Atrix. I hope it has more to do with the Motorola Atrix than just Android. But I do have gripes with both. First off, the rating at the top of your screen, it's over here. The rating at the top of your screen right now is an 8. This rating that you see is how I'm rating my experience as a whole, not how I'm rating Android or the Motorola Atrix or basically anything else. Having said that, I don't know if this rating system is going to work that well. And the only reason I say that is because I think the Atrix is actually bringing down the total rating of Android. So this video is going to be long. I'm sorry. I have to bitch. I have to complain. There's 3 things really bothering me, and all this information came in at once today, and that's probably why it seems worse than it is. So if you don't like hearing people complain about Android, I'm sorry. Don't watch the rest of the video. Turn it off right now. I'll give you a moment to do so. Yeah, but keep in mind though that what I'm saying is coming from a person who's never used the system, and it's coming from a person who honestly believes it should be better than what I'm seeing. Having said that, let's get started with my bitch fest. First complaint I have, and I don't know if this has to do with Motorola Atrix specifically or Android. I'm seeing that a lot of devices are like this, and it's pissing me off. It really is. This device, I want to proclaim this Motorola Atrix right now to say that it is not a true smartphone. It's not. True smartphone needs to do a variety of things, and it needs to do all of those things. It needs to access the internet, which it does. Duh. Pretty obvious, because it's 4G compatible, or 4G is in the name. Whether or not it's actually 4G, I'll leave that up to you. It has to connect me to the sources of information that I want most. It has to do this on its own, in the background, without me having to prompt every single part of it. That's why it's smart. I don't have to tell it what to do. And it does that okay. I have widgets, I have Twitter, I have Facebook, and it updates me, it pushes things, and it lets me know something happened. That's a smartphone. I like that. It also has to do one other aspect. One other thing it needs to do. It needs to allow me to do. And it doesn't have it. And I can't believe it doesn't have it. I am kind of outraged by it a little bit. Mostly because I asked people who were knowledgeable in Android, who love Android, I went around to trusted sources and said, I'm about to get this phone, I'm about to get the Motorola Atrix. Is this an accurate representation of Android? Am I going to get an okay preview, I guess, an okay experience knowing how Android works? And although I can't factor this in with most phones because I think some do. In fact, I know that the Evo has it because my boss has an Evo, and I know he has it. So that kind of just throws me off. Like, what is going on? This phone does not have visual voicemail. I can't have visual voicemail on this phone without a third-party service. That's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. We've had visual voicemail around for over 5 years. This is a standard in the industry. I can't imagine why any person would buy a smartphone and have to call a number and listen to their options, press certain keys, and listen to their voicemails one by one. You're paying way too much money per month to have to do that. Manufacturers, carriers, whatever, work together. If you can't come out with a product every single time that has visual voicemail, that gives your customers the ability to visually look at what they have in their messages and pick one to listen to, get out of the industry. Stop making phones, stop doing whatever you're doing. Go make grills or something. Putting that out there right now. If you go into a store and you want to buy a smartphone and you're looking at all the options, this is cool. I can have little blibbity blips on my front screen, and I can make cool visual effects and woo. And then you go into your phone and you don't have visual voicemail, put it back on the shelf and say, I'm never buying that phone. Right away. It's such a simple feature. I missed a call. They left me a message. What do I have to do? Well, I should be able to, for the money I'm paying, just pick it up and listen to the voicemail, but I can't. I have to dial a number. Then I have to listen. Then I have to press 1. Then I have to listen some more. Yep. Following message. Left by this number. Read the number 1 digit at a time. It was left at this time. And then the message starts. What the hell? Are we not living in 2011? This is Motorola's fault. Take some pride in your work. This is your work. Your name is on it. Take some pride in it. If the end user of your product is not able to look at their messages and just pick one and listen to it, you failed. Your device is a failure. You might get a few sales, but don't expect it to do well. All right, that's my rant with Motorola. There you go. See, that wasn't so bad, right? So, second rant I have, second thing, and this, I'm not nearly as angry about this. I was pretty pissed about visual voicemail because I have, I don't have time for that bull. The second thing is gingerbread. And really all the devices that come with gingerbread on it. I can't confirm this. I'm just going based on what people are telling me. Gingerbread doesn't support dual core processing. Or at least it doesn't utilize both cores. That's what I'm being told. Whether it's true or not, I hope not. But based on how slow this is, maybe it's true. Because what I can't get my head around about this, if it's true, what I can't get my head around about this is that how are cell phone companies and manufacturers across the world advertising all the time dual core devices? How are they saying, boom, the power of dual core, but your software won't support dual core? How do you justify that? That's like buying a Ferrari and then saying, I bet I can go really fast in the desert with this. Yeah, because your tires will get great grip in the sand. Like, what the hell? If you can't utilize all the power to be fully effective, you're wasting your money. So that's Android's fault. If that's true, that's Android's fault. And if you are out there trying to buy a phone and it has gingerbread on it, just because the device says it has a dual core, it's a dual core processing, don't expect that to be huge and really, really fast. Because the software can't support it. Is it true you'll get ice cream sandwich later? Yeah, that'll probably taste good if you can get it in strawberry. A stupid name. Okay, got it done. You happy? I'm done with my major bitch fest. Those are the two big things that I had. I have something else that was bugging me too, though. And basically, it has to do with note-taking. Notes. Simple thing, right? I mean, I don't want to carry on a pen and paper. I do inventory work at a car dealership, right? I keep track of things on my phone so I know what stock numbers and what cars I've done and which ones I have yet to do. And I do it on my phone. I do it on a little digital device like this that I can slip in my pocket so that I don't have to carry around a pencil and paper. It works really well. Until you get a device that doesn't have a note-taking application. I mean, I get it. There are third-party devices, there are apps on the Android market to get it. If I want ads at the top, I can get it if I have ads at the top. We don't see a problem with this. It's such a simple thing. Before I had this note-taking thing, which is like InkPad, which you have to pay for to get rid of the ads. It's just a notepad. Before I had InkPad for free with ads at the top, I tried Quick Office, figured that would work well. Then it was doing okay. I mean, it's a little more complicated than just opening an app. You have to set up a document, you have to save it, and then when you save it, you have to get like a filing system within your phone, make new folders if you want, just like you do on the computer, which seems a little more complicated than it needs to be, but regardless, let's just go with it. So I make a Word document, and I go and I leave my notes, and I'm keeping track of vehicles or whatever. I turn my phone off, put it back in my pocket, and when I get back and I want to see my list at the computer, I whip out my phone, turn it back on, and it's at the home screen like this. And I go, okay, where is it? So I go back to Quick Office, and sure enough, the thing didn't even save. You have to manually save your changes in your document before you put it back in your pocket. Of course, your save button isn't nowhere to be found. It's in that little special extra editions menu that you have to remember to check. So far, it seems like Android, and maybe I'm wrong on this, maybe some people will say, hey, blasphemy, but maybe maybe I'm wrong on this, but it seems like Android is taking and adding more features than the iPhone has, more customization, more, you know, graphical little effects to make it look cool and stuff, right? But it's doing it at the expense of simplicity, and I know it's doing it at the expense of simplicity, but I'm talking about simplicity in areas where you shouldn't mess with simplicity, like notes, like a calendar, like visual voicemail. It seems like it's adding more, but it's also taking away a lot too. So that's my impressions of this so far. I know a lot of you people are going to hate this video. You're going to be like, what? This guy's stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, that's fine. That's cool. Couple of things I wanted to say at the end of the video. One, I was supposed to show somebody how I got the other contacts off of the phone. I said I figured it out, but I never actually showed people how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a quick demo of how I did that, so that the people who are interested can know. From wherever your launcher is, wherever your applications is, mine's right here, but wherever you can see all of your apps, go to Contacts. It's not the phone app, it's the Contacts app. And then from there, you can see all your contacts. And then, once again, you're plagued by what I got plagued by. Hit that little extra additions button to bring up that new menu. And then you're going to see a button in there that says Display Options. And go ahead and hit Display Options, and then you'll be listed with all of the accounts that you have for the contacts. And then if you wanted to turn off Facebook, let's say, you can just simply uncheck that box, and it will go away. And my camera's going nuts with the red because of white balance, and it'll go away. So you can do that with LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. That's how you get rid of that. So hope that helps you out. I had to be told how to do it too. So the last thing I'm going to do before I end the video is answer a few questions that I got on the comment section and the comments and everything, and kind of respond to a few suggestions that I got from people. The first one I want to say is thank you to whoever said SwipePad. Whoever said, hey, try SwipePad, you're awesome, buddy. Because SwipePad's pretty cool. If nobody has it, this actually is a really cool way of multitasking. I'm just going to try to put my phone in front of the camera. And it enables you to basically swipe your finger from one side and just select something. You can predefine what these spots are, and you can actually add more spots. In fact, it's kind of, I think they call it a drawer or a toolbox or something, but you can have multiple drawers or multiple toolboxes. So, you know, if you use a lot of apps and you want quick access to them, you can predefine, you know, what side of the screen does it. So like for instance, I have the default. The default is just the top right side, not the corner, but the side. And so if you have your finger here and you just kind of drag in, it'll automatically switch to it, and then you can go to whatever app you have saved in there. And then from inside any other app, you can just kind of swipe in and go to any other app you want to. So SwipePad's really cool. The second question I'm going to respond to is in regards to a question that I had, people asking, what is this? What is this home screen ripply lock thing that I have? This is called Ripple Lock. Pretty appropriately named. It comes with quick shortcuts to 4 different apps there, and you know, you unlock it basically by putting your finger on it and just moving it outside of this circle. I'm assuming those animations take up a little more processing power and therefore take up more battery life, but if you're into that sort of thing, there you go. I got it because, well, I'm trying to be into that sort of thing. So there you go. There's my video. Sorry that it took so long to say. It's about 15 minutes now. I really appreciate you guys following along with me, and I hope that you will continue to do so and provide feedback like you've been doing. Again, everything that I say is just my own opinion and mine alone. It's just based on my experience doing as a person who has never used this device before, and I'm really hoping that the negative parts about this experience, which is actually getting downgraded, by the way, that number is going to go down in a minute here. I'm really hoping Motorola is the cause of that. The fact that Android doesn't have support for dual core processing, that's going to drop in a whole number. That's unacceptable. You can't have dual core devices and then not support that computing power. No, that's down to a 7 now. And then also simple basic things like note taking. I can't do that without and visual voicemail. Big number. I wanted to drop it more than I'm going to for that, but I'm gonna say that it's the device's fault and only device's fault, even though I'm very sure that Android being on this device is has a factor. It's part of the operating system. It's part of the entire experience of Androids. So far, my Android experience in regards to my iPhone 4 while using the Motorola Atrix is a 6 out of 10. I'm hoping that it goes up. And if I get another device, or if anybody out there wants to send me a different device, send me a message on Facebook. Let me know. I'll work out a deal, same deals as I did with these guys, where, I mean, you can trust me. I'm safe. I'm going to give it back. It's in great condition. Body gloves on it the whole time. Yeah, change my mind. This video is dragging on way too long now, so I'm just going to say take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.